Funguy's Foodies. I'm Funguy the Entertainer, and we're in Funguy's kitchen. Today we are going to make what I call a sausage lasagna. Instead of using ground beef, I like using Italian sausage. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I do the ground beef too, or instead of, but today we're going to do the sausage. It's not all that difficult, especially with the newer ingredients that are available. There's a product out there from Cremette, oven-ready lasagna noodles. Saves you a ton of time, so we're going to use that today. The other thing that I do, instead of using marinara sauce, I actually use pasta sauce, tomato pasta sauce with garlic and onion. Very simple. And I also, since I'm using, there's two different size pans for lasagna. Well, I'm sure there's more than two different sizes. But most of the recipes, if you look up recipes, are the 9.5 by 13 pans. This is an actual lasagna pan. It is 14.5 by 11 and 2 inches tall. So it's just, it's slightly larger. This is a great pan for cooking lasagna. And then of course you're gonna need your frying pan. It sounds like a telemarketer, but let's check. Unavailable, out of area. You know what that means? That means that is a spamming telemarketer, and we don't tolerate those. So, okay, with your frying pan, the first thing you're gonna need to do is dice up your sausage and your onion and your garlic and put them in the pan and start cooking them. I have something really cool that I bought. I meant to show you guys this once before earlier. This is really neat. This is an onion slicer or dicer. You can use it on other things besides onions, but let me show you how absolutely fantastically easy this is. You got to be really careful putting your fingers in here because they are really sharp. I noticed there's a piece of onion skin stuck in here. There it goes. Cut your onion in quarters. Now instead of having to dice these, you stick it in here. Bonk. That fast. Look at this. Now, if you're going to use fresh garlic, cloves of garlic, you could also use this, but it'd make the chunks a little bit too big. But once you got them diced up, look at this. Look at all the time that saved. All right, put the onions in the pan. Now, most people use ground sausage. I like using the actual sausage links because there's a skin on the sausage link. I like that little bit of a snap on my sausage when I'm biting sausage. So what you do is you put them on your cutting board and you start slicing them up. See the skin that's still on here? That is awesome. Make them fairly small, no more than 1/4 inch thick. Put them right in the pan when you get enough of them. You need a full 16-ounce package. I should have thought out more of these because 16 ounces is for the 9.5 by 13 versus the bigger pan. But the other ones I have are frozen, and I don't have time to thaw them out. So I'm going to be a little light on meat, which is a little bit not so fun, but it'll work out all right. Okay. The measuring cup is going to be for the garlic. You know I like to use the pre-diced garlic, which comes in handy. It's another time saver. If you have the time and using fresh garlic, more power to you. Needless to say, since I work 7 days a week, running 3 businesses, plus doing the show here and my other show, time is of premium. So I like coming up with ways to save a little bit of time. Okay. Now, even I can tell the difference between fresh garlic and bottled garlic. Now, see, this is what I use. It's from Spice World. It's diced garlic in a squeeze bottle. So obviously it loses a little bit of that freshness and a little bit of the zing that you get from a fresh garlic, but it still gives you really good garlic taste, and it's still real garlic, not just powdered garlic. Yes, powdered garlic used to be real garlic, but it maintains all the oils in the diced, which is healthy, very, very healthy. All right, then I'm going to use 1/4 cup of the diced garlic, and since it came out, here we go. Throw that in here. Let's move this off to the side here. Cook over here so we're underneath the camera. We're going to cook this on medium. Put the lid on it to begin with so I can wash my fingers and wash my knife and my cutting board. Although I think I'm actually done with all of these. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to cook this until the sausage is completely cooked. No pink anywhere in the sausage. You don't have to stir this quite yet because we need to build up a little bit more heat in here so that the sausage will add a little bit of juice, meat juice to the pan, which will help cook the onions and the garlic and make them soft because you want the onions to be soft. This is probably going to take about 10 minutes. So just for fun, let's mix this up a little bit. All right, the pan's definitely getting hot already. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to say hello, Funguy Foodies, I think. I might have said it. Now I'm going to have to just say it again just in case I forgot to say that. I have my first design for something to give away that says I'm a Funguy Foodie. So if you are interested in winning something, I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to put it on yet, whether it's a hat or a shirt or something. But around the holidays, I will give it away. So on any one of my shows, comment, I'm a Funguy Foodie, and I will put you in the drawing, and you got a good chance of winning something. Okay, this is starting to cook good. We're going to have the temperature of the oven at 375 degrees. Normally you preheat your oven, but this is going to take a little bit of time. We're going to add more to it. So we're going to wait till this is a little closer and then we'll preheat our oven. The prep time on this is about 35 minutes. The cooking time is about 45 minutes. So total you're, between an hour and 15, hour and a half, all depending. So plan for that. By doing it this way, it does go a little faster because one of the longest prep times is cooking those noodles in advance. By using these new noodles that are oven ready, it's pretty time saving. All right, I'm sure you can hear that. You can see the sausage is starting to cook, which is gonna, oh yeah, you can see it on the onions already. That's what we want. Okay, I'll tell you what, since this is going to take probably another 8 more minutes and just sitting there rambling while I'm stirring is going to be kind of boring for you, we'll put this on hold. When this is done, we'll go from there. See you in just a few minutes. Welcome back, Funguy Foodies. We're about ready to do this. Double check this. Looks pretty good. Pink is just about all gone, which is exactly what you want. See, that looks really excellent, doesn't it? This took right around 10 minutes. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to put your sauce. If you can use marinara sauce. Go right ahead and use it if that's what you like. I'm just going to use the pasta sauce, which is perfect in my opinion. Ooh, hey, guess what? These don't open easy. There we go. Add this right to the mix. I'm using 3 bottles because I'm using the full-size lasagna pan. We're going to need everything that's in here. Technically, I call them bottles. It's 3 jars. I'll show you a trick here. If you have a sprayer, use a sprayer. Go quick spray on the top of the jar. Then shake it. Pour it into the next jar. Shake this one. Pour it into the last jar. And shake this one. The advantage to doing this is you get a lot less waste. You're still going to lose a little bit, but it's very minor at this point. Okie dokie, look at that. Pretty simple. Then we give it a stir. Once everything's all mixed up, you're going to want to drop the temperature down to simmer and simmer it for 10 minutes. You notice that some of it was already starting to boil, but that was because it's always hot in the middle of the pan. All right. Let's get all this stuff out of our way. Needless to say, I'm going to rinse all this out before I recycle. While this is doing this, it's time to do the other part of the prep. You're going to need a bowl, and you're going to need 2 eggs. First thing you're going to do is you're going to add half of a bag of Parmesan into the bowl. Yep, that's right about half. Double check that. Yep, it looks good. All right, then you need 2 cups of chopped spinach. Actually, more like 3 cups of chopped spinach. This bag is actually technically 4 cups, so I'm going to use 3/4 of the bag. Okay, that looks pretty good. We'll use a different knife than the one we use for the meat, although it's going to be cooked. It's not that big of a deal, but still, it's one of the things that you do learn. I'm going to chop this up. Remember, keep your fingers away from the sharp blade because you're pushing down through a lot of spinach, which is a really good way to cut fingers. Now, I really like spinach, so to me it does not have to be finely chopped. I do a coarse chop. Alright. And then we pour this in the bowl. Okay, now you need 1 15-ounce container of ricotta cheese. Pop it right in there. Also 1 15-ounce container of cottage cheese. I know a lot of people don't want to use cottage cheese because it's not Italian. Surprise, surprise. When you mix the two together, it makes an even better flavor than just the ricotta alone. Okay. Now, you want to start stirring this. Oops, I just dropped my spatula. Bad me. Okay. See that? That looks pretty good, doesn't it? like that. All right, let's rinse off the spatula. Yeah, give it a good mixture there. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let's see how our mixture is doing. You gotta stir it every once in a while. Remember, the bottom of the pan does get hot. You're gonna try to avoid scorching anything. Now you just realized I haven't brought it down to simmer yet and it's already boiling. So let's bring that down to simmer. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna set the timer for 10 minutes because it's ready to go there, and everything's pretty much ready. You can get your pan ready, which I did. I already put my olive oil spray in the pan. You can use the grease also, but olive oil, in my opinion, especially with lasagna, is perfect. All right, so I'll come back in just a few minutes, and we'll show you how to finish putting this together. All right, I'm back. It looks like this is about ready, so let's give it a quick stir one more time. Oh, look at that. 10 minutes is perfect. This is exactly what you want. Everything's ready. So, get this spoon out of the way. We'll turn this off, and then we'll swap the pan here. We've already put the spray on the bottom of the pan. The first thing you want to do is you want to put a nice layer of the sauce and the sausage on the bottom of the pan. Now you see why I made so much sauce, because this pan is much larger than the usual 13 by 9 most people use. You want a good covering. This looks about right. Oh, that's right, I forgot to say, when you're doing the simmer, at that point it's good to turn on the oven for your preheat. Preheat it up to 375. A little bit weak there. All right. Now, it's time to put your noodles down. If you use dry noodles that you cooked, they're going to be soft and flexible. If you made lasagna before, you already know what to expect. The way that you do this is you lay these in here with about a 1/4 inch around the edge. You don't want it to actually touch the edge. The reason for that is the noodles burn easy on the hot metal. Okay, now you also don't want them to overlap, and the thing I'm noticing here is I'm probably going to have to break these, and I don't like the fact that they don't break easy. Okay. I guess what I am going to do is just lay the whole thing in here and let it overlap just a little bit. Now we take the cheese and spinach mixture and we spread it around. I am a little bit surprised that the noodles stick to the spinach really easy. As a result, the noodles move around a lot. I was hoping that with the cottage cheese this would be a little easier. Okay. It does not really want to spread very easy. It's kind of surprising. It's been a long time since I've made lasagna from scratch. I don't remember it being this difficult. But then again, I'm using dry noodles versus wet. Wet noodles don't slide around as much. And since the noodles are wet, the spinach and cheese mixture slides around a lot easier. That's the difference. There we go. We just figured it out. All right. Now we put another layer of the sauce and sausage over the top. Okay, spread that around a little bit. That looks pretty good. Okay, now we put noodles down again. What we'll do is we'll switch it up, do these on this side. Oh, I did that wrong. This way. Okay, that's what I wanted to try. All right, and repeat. Okay, here we go. Now that it's also warming up a little bit, it's spreading a little bit better. Looks like I could have gone with the whole bag of spinach because we're going to be a little shy on the top layer, I think. Okay. Another layer of sauce. Once we get this in here, one more layer of noodles. I like it. Okay. The only bad part about doing the bigger pan is the package of noodles are actually designed for the smaller pan. I'm not exactly sure why that is. If there's such a thing as a lasagna pan, which is what this is, you would think that the noodles, of course, if I was baking from fresh, then, or you know what I mean, boiling my noodles, I could make as many as I want. Because as a result, we're going to have leftover noodles. Okay, one more batch here. Look at this. I'm almost tempted to eat the leftovers raw because I like raw spinach even better than cooked spinach. But since we're going to run a little short, I'm just going to scrape the last of that up and get it on here. Okay. Waste not, want not. There we go. now we put the last of this on top. Now you could also add mozzarella cheese to the middle, but because I use so much of the ricotta and cottage cheese, I'm only going to put the mozzarella on top. All right, look at this. Now you see why this is a lasagna pan. Everything fit in here just right. All right, mozzarella cheese time. You want the entire top covered well. Okay. Let's see what we have this time. Well, actually, that could potentially be somebody, but since we're right at the point here where I need to finish this, we'll let it go to voicemail. I actually have friends up north, so that could be them calling. Now we'll take another bag. If you have a bigger bag, obviously that works, but these are on sale at the Pig. When I say the Pig, for those of you who aren't sure, that means Piggly Wiggly. All right, this is not cooperating, so let's just cut it. I don't need to reseal it. We're gonna use it all. Look at this. Make sure we got a nice good cover. And one last bag. This one's gonna open up like it was supposed to. Perfect. Now we get a little closer to the edges. You want to make sure you don't overhang the edge because it will burn to the top of the pan. Okay. Boy, this looks really good. Okay, now, you can do this a day in advance. Put aluminum foil over it, stick it in your refrigerator, and then just pop it in the oven the next day. But if you do that, you're going to be making everything cold again, so the cooking times will be different. Because right now, we're going to put this in the oven at 375. We're going to set the timer for 40 minutes. Actually, I'm going to set the timer for 35 minutes to make sure that it's not burning or anything like that. And then we'll come back, all right? Doesn't that look beautiful? All right, Fun Guys Foodies, the timer just went off. I just cracked the oven and looked. It's actually done already, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure why it's done 5 minutes ahead of schedule, but that's why you'll always... Oh, that's kind of cool sound. Oh! Okay, that's a ringtone. All right, let's pull it out. Let's turn the oven off. There we go. Pull it out of the oven so you can see this. Oh my! Check this out. That is absolutely fantastic looking. So we're gonna let it sit for 5 minutes before we slice into it. Actually, 10 minutes is probably better. It'll give a chance for everything to solidify because otherwise it'll be really sloppy. So this is cottage cheese and Ricotta cheese Italian sausage lasagna. It's going to be fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. That's very important. The sharing means everything. And of course, make comments. And if you want to win something that's going to say "Fun Guys I'm a Fun Guy Foodie" on it, don't forget to comment on one of the shows. Alrighty? Thanks for watching the show. I'm Fun Guy the Entertainer, cooking for you.